Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to start from today, which is February 26th. We're going to take a updated roster on MLB 20, not 21, on MLB 20. We're going to sim through the season, and I want to see who they predict is going to be the World Series champion this year. I want to look at records. I want to see what MLB 20 thinks about the roster updates and everything, and who is going to be the best team next year. So I also want to do this for 2021 when it comes out, because I want to compare. I want to see what MLB 20 thinks and what MLB 21 thinks with the roster updates. What I did is I went in here and searched for a roster. I found a roster that was very good and very updated, and to kind of show you that, it is February 26th right now. We got Benintendi, we got, let's go, there's the Benintendi one, we got Trevor Bauer. I tried to go through these and find the best one. It took me like 3 or 4 rosters to find this one, and they also kind of updated and upgraded the players, as in how they played last year and that type of thing. So like Fernando Tatis is a 93, Trevor Bauer is a 99, which I'm not gonna argue with that. So I went through, found these rosters, and I want to sim through a season and see what they think is going to happen in this year, 2021, the actual MLB season. The reason I think this is fun is to look at it and then maybe come back in a month or two when MLB 21 comes out and sim that and see if they have the same exact thing, or see if they're completely different, see if playoff teams are crazy, see if a team like the Royals, which is my team, see if they in this sim have 43 wins and then in MLB 21 they have 86 wins or something. I want to go through that and see and kind of compare. So let's get this one started. We're going to use the saved rosters that I got from the roster daily, and we're just going to pick the Royals just to pick them. We're going to continue here. We're going to leave all this off. And what I'm going to do actually is take the computer trading off, because I want it to stay this team throughout the season. I don't want weird trades going through and stuff like that. So we're going to keep that off and kind of roll with what the actual rosters are. Start with spring training, and we're just going to literally sim through. I'm going to sim through like little tidbits and kind of go as in and kind of change things and show things as we go. So starting off, comment down below, let me know who you think is going to win the World Series, and also comment down below, let me know who your favorite team is and what you think they're going to do this year in MLB The Show or in MLB the actual season. So what we're going to do is we are going to start the season from the regular season, and I'm going to sim to draft day. That's where we're going to stop it the first time. Look at records, look at all that stuff. So let's get this started. Sim to draft day, and in 69 days I will let you know what the records are and what MLB The Show 20 thinks will happen in this coming year. All right, so we are at draft day, and we're going to go over the rankings and how every team's doing right now in the American League East. The Blue Jays are ahead, 35-27 is their record, a half game above the Yankees at 35-28, the Red Sox above 500, the Rays above 500, and the Orioles in the bottom of that division. So this division's pretty close so far. 60 some games into it. In the Central, American League Central, the Twins are leading that one by a lot. 46-17 is their record. The Indians 36-27, the White Sox 35-27, both of them 10 and 10.5 games behind. And then you got the bottom dwellers between the Tigers at 23-38 and the Royals at 20-42. I do think that the White Sox have a better chance at coming back through the whole season. I mean, this is not a bad record right here. So if they could keep this up or do better, then they could kind of close in on the Twins there on the AL Central. Going to the AL West, the Angels are leading that one, 35-27 their record. The Astros a half game behind at 34-28, and then the Mariners above the 500 mark at 33-31. The Rangers and Athletics both struggling so far in the AL West. Going to the NL East, we got the Phillies in first place, 42-18. The Braves in second place, 39-24. I would actually thought this would be flip-flopped. I thought the Braves would be better than the Phillies, but there's still a ton of games to go. We're only like 70 games in or 60-some games in, so still plenty of time to go. But right now, the Phillies above the Braves in this division. The Marlins below 500. The Nationals and Mets on the bottom with 26-35. NL Central is the Cubs on top. 40-23 is their record. 6.5 games behind them is the Brewers. The Cardinals below 500. The Pirates and the Reds on the bottom of that division. And then the division that everyone seems to wonder about is the Dodgers and the Padres in the NL West. The Dodgers right now ahead, 40-21 is their record. The Padres 6 games behind them at 35-28. Diamondbacks above 500 at 8.5 behind. And then the Rockies not doing so well, below 500 after getting rid of Arenado. And then the Giants on the bottom there. So far through the season, kind of what I expected coming into 2021, but we're going to go another 38 days till the All-Star break and see what is in store and who's on top of their game at the All-Star break. All right, we are at All-Star break. Some teams have gotten better, some teams have not. So the AL East was looking like about this the last time, but this time the Blue Jays on top again, 58-38 their record, and then the Yankees right behind them at 57-37. So both of those teams at the top last time are still there. The Red Sox making a push up at 558, 53-42 is their record. The Rays kind of fell off a little bit, 46-50. They're below 500 now. And then the Orioles on the bottom. The NL Central, kind of the same thing as before. The Twins 61-36, so they're continuing their kind of run there. The Indians 55-41. I didn't really expect to see that from the Indians. The White Sox 51-44. I thought there would be a better record. I thought that the White Sox would either be in first or second place, and the Indians, Tigers, and Royals would all be below 500, but the Tigers and Royals don't disappoint at being below 500. The American League West is led by the Angels at 56-40, so Trout still doing enough there to keep them in first place. The Astros behind them at 55-39. The Mariners just above 500 at 49-48, and then the Athletics and Rangers on the bottom. Going to the NL East side, the Phillies still up on the Braves. I can't believe it. 64-31 is their record. The Braves at 58-38. And then the Marlins, Nationals, and Mets all below the 500 mark. Kind of out of contention right now for this division. The NL Central's looking pretty crazy. The Cubs are on top at 58-37. The Cubs are a team that either they're going to be good and be in the playoffs, or they're just going to struggle and kind of sell everything away and start going back to the farm. But they're 58-37 right now. The Brewers behind them at 49-45, but that's still 8.5 games behind. So the Cubs kind of running away with this one. The Cardinals 39-57, Reds 37 wins, and the Pirates 34. Then the division everyone cares about is actually a pretty close one for second place. The Dodgers running away with it at 62-34. The Padres at 51-45, 11 games back. And then at 11.5, the Diamondbacks are 50-45. So I'm surprised about the Diamondbacks that they're making this type of push halfway through the season at the All-Star break. The Rockies below 500 and the Giants there with 39. So that's what it's looking like about halfway through, and we're going to go to September call-ups. The September call-ups will be the next time we look at them, and that's usually when you kind of know that a team is good or not. If you're in a position to make a playoff run at September call-ups, then that's exactly what you want. But we'll have to see how everything sims out, and we'll have to see if there's teams moving, teams, at September call-ups, some teams might even already be in the playoffs, so we'll have to see what happens once we get there. So the September call-ups are here. Let's go ahead and look at the standings. In the American League East, the Yankees have taken over from the Blue Jays, 86-51 their record. The Red Sox have really come out of nowhere, and they're at 80-58, only 6.5 games behind. The Blue Jays still above 500 at 79-60. Then the Rays and Orioles on the bottom. In the American League Central, the Twins are still ahead, 87-51 their record, 11.5 games up on Indians, still up 11.5 games on Cleveland. Don't know what they're going to be called in the new game or what's going on there, but 75-62 their record, 67-70. The White Sox falling below that 500 mark. Then the Tigers at 56-81, and your Royals, or at least my Royals, with 97 losses. American League West is Astros on top, 85-52 their record. Half game behind them is the Angels. Well, I'll be interested to see. These teams have kind of been at the top pretty much the whole season. The Athletics, not even close to 500. Mariners nowhere near 500. And the Rangers looking a lot like the Royals. Going over to the NL East, the Braves taking over at 83-54, something that I thought would happen. It took them till September to do it, but they're up 83-54, a game up on the Phillies. Marlins above 500 at 73-65. The Nationals 2 games above 500, and the Mets down below. The National League Central has the Cubs on top right now, 81-57 their record. The Brewers 75-62, 5.5 games behind. Then the rest of the divisions kind of, just down there. The National League West kind of rounding out what we thought it would. The 92-47 Dodgers. Actually thought it would be more. I thought they'd be around 100 wins right now. But they're still 17 games up on the Padres, who are 74-63. Diamondbacks at 65-73. Same thing with the Rockies, 65-74. And the Giants at 52-85. So looking at the the National League wild card, the Brewers and the Phillies lead that. The Padres 1 game behind, trying to make that happen in San Diego. If we go to the AL side, the Angels and the Red Sox have it. Blue Jays a game and a half out, and the Indians or Cleveland and the White Sox next in line. So let's go ahead and sim to the postseason, see what teams make it in, and look at just the overall record of everyone this season and how they finished. And it'll be interesting to see what 2020 really thinks, and it'll be interesting to see what MLB 20 really thinks about this coming season of 2021 with updated rosters. So the regular season is over. You see the playoff bracket. We got Houston and Minnesota, Boston and the Angels, New York Yankees. On the NL side, we got the Cubs, Atlanta, Miami, Philadelphia, and the Dodgers. Kind of surprising not to see San Diego in there, but we'll take a look at the standings and see what was going on. So the American League East, the Yankees end up with 100 wins and 62 losses. The Red Sox get in at 93-69. Kind of not something I really saw happening there with what was going on with last year in the Red Sox, but this year seems like they turned something around. 93-69 their record. The Blue Jays behind them, 3 games at 90-72 did not. The Rays finish at 78-84, close to that 500 mark, and then the Orioles on the bottom at 66-96. The American League Central, the Twins won that one, 162 their record, so they win 100 games as well. The Indians at 92-70 did not make the playoffs. The White Sox above 500 at 83-79. Then the Tigers at 63-99 losses, but my Royals at 51-111. And this was supposed to be a year that we spent all this money and went and got Benintendi and all these Santana and all these guys to make our team better, and yet we still only won 51 games and 111 losses. But that's what happens. All right, on to the American League West. The Astros with 100 wins as well, 162. The Angels 1 game behind them at 99-63, but still got into the playoffs. The Athletics 85-77, above 500, but not in the playoffs this year. Mariners and Rangers on the bottom. The Rangers really pushing those Royals for the most losses in the division. Now looking at the NL East side, the NL side in general, we got 3 teams from the NL East in the playoffs. We got the 97-65 Braves, the 64-68 Phillies, and then the Marlins even making it in at 86-76. Then the Nationals at 78 wins and 84 losses, and the Mets at 71-91. And I don't know how good Lindor will be, but the Mets seem to be making a bunch of changes this offseason, and the game, if you look up there, it even has them ranked 4th overall, and somehow they still lose their division 26 games behind and end up at 71-91. But we'll have to see what the real Mets do this year. On to the National League Central. Got the Cubs winning that one, 97-65, their record. The Brewers at 85-77. The Cardinals at 69-93. The Reds, same thing, 69-93. And then the Pirates at 109 losses, so trying to push the Rangers and the Royals on the AL side. Now where it gets interesting, the Dodgers 105 wins and 57 losses, so they won the most wins of any team in the MLB, which I completely see that happening again this year. But the Padres finished 83-79 and not in the playoffs, which to me it's going to be hard for the Padres not to make the playoffs. They're kind of like the Dodgers. A lot of bad stuff would have to happen to the Dodgers and the Padres for one of them not to make the playoffs. But the fact that they're in the same division and going to be pushing each other all year is going to be a lot of fun to watch. The Diamondbacks at 80-82, just below 500. The Rockies 74-88, and then the Giants at 61-101. So with that being said, let's go ahead and sim the playoffs. We're going to see who wins what, who goes on to the ALDS, ALCS, all that good stuff. So let's just sim ahead and go to the World Series, and I guess we'll see who makes it. So here we go. We got the World Series set, and I wouldn't say I couldn't be more surprised, because one of the teams I thought would make it there made it there. But we got the Dodgers and the Angels. Houston lost to Minnesota 3-0 games in the ALDS. Boston and LA, the wild card team, gets in, then beats the Yankees 3-1 to go on to the the ALCS, where they beat Minnesota 4-1 games. So LA in it as a wild card team. On the NL side, wild card Philadelphia made it in over Miami, but then lost to the Dodgers 3-2. Chicago taking care of business in the top half, beating Atlanta 3-2 as well. And then the Dodgers take 4-3 against Chicago to get to the World Series. So we got the LA Angels and the LA Dodgers. It's going to be a party in LA no matter what happens, no matter what outcome this is. An LA team will win. Comment down below, let me know who you think quickly is going to win before these start simming. But my guess would be the Dodgers, because they're pretty much unstoppable at this point. All right, let's go ahead, sim these. It'll be interesting to see what 2021 MLB 2021 thinks about these teams. And I don't think LA Angels would make it there, but the Dodgers are a pretty strong winner to win it. And just like that, the Dodgers win 4-1 games in the World Series. The LA is your champions. A lot of weird things happening. I think the Padres will make it to the playoffs. I think the White Sox will make it back to the playoffs. Both of those teams not even in, but it'll be interesting to see what actually happens in 2021. Again, this was MLB 20, kind of simming the 2021 season with updated rosters. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, hit that red subscribe button, because I got a ton of MLB content coming out soon. Some stuff I'm already working on, and some stuff I'm ready for MLB 21 to come out so that I can make those videos as well. But we're definitely going to be doing a comparison of MLB 21 and MLB 20. Now that I've simmed through 20, when 21 comes out, I will grab the game, we'll sim it again, and we will compare. So make sure you hit the red subscribe button so you don't miss those episodes. Till next time, Slacker out.